Okay, I've got a bone to pick. I'm about to get sassy. Hold on to your butts. I think these shirts are really cute. The little print on the little baby t-shirt slash long sleeve t-shirt, cute. As often happens when I look at the Lisa Says Ga website, I like a lot of the clothes, but a huge part of me just says, I could make that. We can make that. And maybe that's arrogance, but it's never stopped me before. So for our first thrift flip in this video, we're gonna be making our own little graphic t-shirts. What's gonna be on the t-shirt? I have some ideas. Where are we gonna get t-shirts? I also have some ideas. Well, I had some ideas, as in I already got them. Hold on. Remember last week when I was thrifting and I didn't show you what I got, but I kind of hinted at what I got? Shirts. My original goal was just to get one shirt and just make one for me, but that wouldn't be very benevolent of me. So I'm hoping if the prints turn out well, you'll be able to get your grubby paws on some of these. But you're gonna have to wait till the end of the video to see one, if that happens, and two, how to do that. Here's hoping. I was hunting for t-shirts specifically that had that kind of baby tee cut. So the tiny little sleeves, a shorter body, but I got a whole wide slew of sizes. I did my best. Anyways, now that we have the canvas, we have to figure out what kind of masterpiece we're gonna put on the canvas. So here are my ideas. We're gonna keep things relatively simple because I don't think I've said this yet, but we're gonna make block prints and stamp them on each shirt. Also, spoiler, dice. As much as I'd love to screen print, I just don't have the tools for that, and we're gonna use the tools that we have because we're locked inside. It's a snow day. Let's make do. We're keeping things simple. Dice. I thought it would be a nice way to add a little interest by making the dots. Are they called pips? Called something. Maybe different colors on each shirt. That would be cool. And the other thing I want to do, this is a bad drawing, but a Kit Kat clock. But instead of a bow tie, maybe a clown collar? Or maybe just the bow tie, because the bow tie is cool too. Anyways, that's where my mind's at, but let's see what you rascals are thinking over on Instagram. Okay. Do you want to come up here? Toss up. There you go. Oh! Why I oughta. Okay, I'm back. How many responses we got? Oh, it's reloading. Okay, that's too many. Okay, a lot of people saying stinky. Dice. Hey, Sydney, we had the same idea. Little buddy, that would be very cute. If you don't know little buddy, you don't know the lore. Ooh, a kappa. We love a kappa. That's definitely Kathleen Illustrated coded deck of cards like that. Ooh, something medieval slash folk inspired. Definitely into that. Bows, clowns, clown. Wow, a lot of people saying little buddy. I'm impressed that y'all have actually watched my videos. Egg, of course. Clown, stinky, vase. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really want to just do a clown. Clown. All right. You guys want clown, but I don't really want clown. I'll think about it. We'll do our Kit Kat clock first with a clown nose. Perfect. And then we'll see how I'm feeling. Capiche? Sound good? Shh. Good night. The main question of this video is, how many thrift flips can I do in 24 hours? I can already tell you the answer is 0. Because guess what happened after we looked at Instagram together last night? I fell asleep. Okay, so we start the timer over. I figure we didn't even do anything yesterday. I just talked at you. We didn't craft. I didn't get my hands dirty. So our 24 hours begin now. But I'm still wearing the exact same comfy outfit, so we got continuity, baby. Don't even worry. Your brain's gonna be able to handle this, I promise. I could have just lied. I could have just pretended like today is yesterday. But I'm just too honest or too dumb to lie. Anyways, how are things? How are things going on your end? You got ideas percolating about what kind of little baby t-shirt you might want to make? Drop them down below in the comments. I'd love to know. For now, let's carve a clock. Well, first we're gonna make tea, but then we're gonna carve a clock. Last night I worked on cutting Kashi's butt hair, but he was only patient enough to let me do like 90% of it, so. Got my printing plate that we'll be carving into. Got my little reference image, Kit Kat clock, and my carving tools. If you don't have carving tools, you can pretty easily get them at like a craft or art supply store. Order them online. You could also use a potato if you got one of those lying around, although it's not the most long-lasting option. So when you're thinking about printmaking, you kind of have to think in layers. For example, if I were to just cut out this cat and print it, everywhere that's black would be black if that's the color of ink I'm using, but everywhere that's white would be the color of the shirt underneath it. And I don't think I want that. I want it to actually be white beneath the black. So we're gonna have to do one stamp that is just the outline of the entire image that we can do in white, and then we're gonna have to do another identical stamp with a few more details that we can print in black or whatever color we want our clock to be. And then I thought it would be really fun and serve everyone's best purposes if we added a couple extra details. For example, I'll make one more stamp that's just a circle so that we can change the color of the nose, maybe a red clown nose. I was thinking I could do some extra stamps that allow us to change the accessory around the neck. We can do a bow tie, we can do a clown collar, we could do a spiked collar. That would be cool. No promises, but that's the idea. And before you think, printmaking sounds fun, but I can't draw, so how can I print? Au contraire, mon frere. If you want to start with a reference image, print it out, shade on the back with graphite, put it on top of your block, outline your shape, and then you have a guide for carving. Or just freehand it. I'm a big fan of that too. Enough talking. You want to see some satisfying block carving? Here we go. I actually really like the spooky mouth. As you can see in the actual image, it's like, this is just white fur and then there's a little black mouth, but what if that was just his mouth? No, that's too spooky, right? Right? What if we did like one of these and gave him little teeth? It kind of looks like Nibbler from Futurama. I do love Nibbler. We could just do big smile with big teeth. No, that's too spooky. That's too spooky. What should I do? I hate to say it, but my camera did go ahead and die mid-carve session. So we've got our Kit Kat clock, white layer, color layer, and then we've got a little clown nose that we can change the color of. And hey, listen, I really wanted to do a clown collar ruffle. But I feel like I've been looking at this for too long. I did 2 different prototypes and I don't think either of them are really right. So instead, I went with a little ribbon bow, the baby girlification of the Kit Kat clock. I think that's pretty cute. We could also put it on the head. Oh, and a tail. Perfect. Everything in my body right now just wants to print directly on a t-shirt and see how it goes. But I'm gonna be good. We'll do a test print, make sure everything's looking good, and then we'll start slapping some paint on some t-shirts. That is not opaque enough. Okay, good to know, good to know. Does that look opaque to you? No. I don't know why I was assuming that I could just print a light color on top of a dark color. That's not typically how things work. So we got some options. Either we find a new formulation of ink that's a little more opaque, which we can try by adding gesso or just some normal white paint to our red. Let's do some tests. Nothing can be simple, but it can stay fun. Let's see what I got. We've got these bad boys. This bad boy. Oh, sorry, Kashi. You're not a bad boy. You're a good boy. Okay, we've got this. See how it goes. Okay, that doesn't work. Great. Y'all, it's been like 2 weeks since we've worked on this t-shirt printing project. We carved the block, went pretty well. We did some test prints. That part didn't go so well. Couple things. One, using the wrong ink. The printmaking ink I have is not water safe, so the first time you wash it, bye Kit Kat clock. So then I tested using my fabric ink that I have, my fabric paint, and that looked bad. You know what? Let me just show you. Do you have your Wawa? Some may say this is a Stanley cup, and they would be wrong. It's an off-brand corporate swag version that is literally the exact same thing. And it has a chewy straw, which we all know is the OP straw option. Here's how the test print turned out. Not good. It has its own textural charm. The white's not super opaque, and neither is the black. So after doing a bunch of testing, I had to go to San Francisco, so I didn't have time to work on it, but that did give me time to research supplies, gather them, and also to phone a friend to get a little bit of help. Now we have actual fabric paint made for block printing. This is Speedball. I got a Baron, which will help me press this on. This isn't necessary. You can just use your hands. And then to test the opacity, I did some tests yesterday, and it definitely looks better, but our whites still aren't as opaque as I would like, but we're getting there. So I mentioned I phoned a friend. I reached out to two absolute behemoths in the printing on clothing arena, OK Soup Studio, aka Olive, and Lady Epi, the one and only, to get some tips, which we will try out now. If this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So the first tip I got was to layer up the ink on my block before I press it. So I was just doing, one layer, hoping for the best, but Olive at OK Soup Studio recommended doing at least like 5 to 6 layers of ink on the block before printing. So let's do that now. I also got this cute little small brayer. I don't think I needed it, but it sure is cute. Vroom. There's one. Also, please don't judge how covered in dog hair my test fabric is. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that texture's looking good. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of like orange peel texture, which Olive said was what I should go for. By the way, I'll have both Epi and Olive linked in my description box. They make such beautiful work. If you'd like some sustainable, beautiful hand-printed pieces, they're amazing. Before we print that, my second tip that I got was to iron it first, which I'm not sure what the goal is, but I can imagine that one, it creates, a warm environment for the ink to stick to. And also sometimes when you iron, it creates like more of a flattened area, which I imagine helps ink apply a little bit easier. So let's try it. While I do this, have y'all seen Jenna Phipps's new house? What? She just bought this beautiful fixer-upper mid-century home, and I was just drooling over it. I can't wait to see how she fixes it up. Should I try it? The big reveal. Looks pretty much the same. All right, let me try this again. Oh, that looks better. Uh-oh. Okay, so it's like I need to do a test print and then apply more layers. Olive did mention that was a good idea. Got a couple little tests here. Look at that coverage. Look at that opacity. So, stop. I think it's time to actually print on some shirts. Sound good? Just in time for golden hour.
I'm waiting for you.
Get a load of those little feet. Do you see that little tuck situation? So cute. All right, I'll leave you to it. Are you ready to finish some shirts today? I feel like I look like a founding father right now. Come with me. I'll carry you. Like a little baby. Got any bats in the cave? Oh. Okay, I have 4 shirts printed. No, 5. And they're cute as heck. Look at this little guy. I will admit, if we had screen printed, we probably would have had a lot easier of a time doing more complicated items with more colors. So like the Lisa Says Ga tees, a lot of them have multiple colors, shading. We didn't really go for that this time, but I purposefully chose an item where you don't really need that. You may notice, however, that this little guy does not have a clown nose nor a ribbon, although we do have stamps for both, because I haven't decided on the technique I want to use, because although I made the stamps, I was also thinking, what if we used like an actual ribbon and gave it a little ribbon? So cute. And for the clown nose, what if we used a button? I came up with these ideas because I am a little worried about the opacity that I'll be able to achieve stamping on top of black, because if it was hard to stamp on top of like yellow and pink, it might not be possible. And this is what our thrifted jar of buttons is for, right? Sorry, my mic died. Welcome to audio hell. So for this one, I think I'm gonna do a little ribbon bow. And I think just to be a little different, because we're not like other girls, we'll try green first. Need to learn how to make a bow. I'll be right back. Our little friend is officially dapper. How cute. I kind of like the ribbons long like this. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should cut it a little shorter? So I used a tutorial by Dave's Wreaths and Things on how to make a tiny bow just using your fingers. It was really, really simple, but it was also very like small and fiddly, and I hate doing stuff like that, so I did not have the patience to film it. Also did not have the patience to film me sewing it down with just a little bit of thread, because it was also small and fiddly. Let me tackle yet another small fiddly task. Pray for me and my patience. I'll say it, it's cute. It's cute as heck. Should I make some of these for you guys? Let the montage begin. Oh, you can see me from back there, can't you? You're ready to try on some shirts? Do the grand reveal? Before we do, I just gotta say, last night I sat down for the first time to look at all the footage, kind of start putting a rough cut together, and just going back weeks and hearing myself say, how many thrift flips can I do in 24 hours? Who did I think I was? So let this be a reminder. Even if you have a plan, even if you have the best of intentions and expectations going into a project, sometimes it just takes a little longer than you thought. Sometimes it doesn't turn out how you thought. Remember when I thought I was going to do dice t-shirts? Remember when I thought I was going to do interchangeable head pieces and neck pieces? But honestly, I'm happy to have had this time for not only innovation, but iteration, being able to try things multiple times, changing things along the way to land somewhere that I think is a little more me and a little more special with these 3D elements, like the bow and the button nose. How goofy is that? All in all, thanks for being here with me on this journey. Now let me show you where we landed. I love it. I love it. Our first little friend has the classic tuxedo cat coloration featuring a lime green ribbon and a strawberry nose. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep this one for myself. This is the Kathleen, okay? But don't be too jealous. Don't shed any tears yet, because I've got 4 more shirts that just need a new happy home. Maybe it's with you. We've got What is that? Another option on the white body featuring classic red ribbon and a little pearlescent pink nose. I can't decide if I want to cut the ribbon to be shorter. Maybe I'll just let whoever receives it decide on their length. Your shirt, your choice. And this is an extra large. A little fun fashion moment, fashion color on this yellow body with a little pink ribbon and a little pink nose. Kind of giving strawberry lemonade. This one's a double XL. We've got this medium black tee that currently has a little bit of dog hair on it, just a little bit. I actually like how textural this came out, kind of with the offset registration where you can see the white a little bit behind the black's kind of cool. Pink nose, green ribbon, very cute. And finally, this guy was kind of the wild card. I really like this color combination. This is a small lilac tee with a blue bow and a yellow nose. I tried the printed bow instead of the actual ribbon bow for this one. And the tail is a little spotty as well. Kind of want to keep this one too. Hold on, let me try it on. It's very cute, but no, this will go to one of you. If you would like to get your grubby little paws on one of these t-shirts, here's how you can do it. To enter the giveaway, I'm going to be picking random comments from the comments section, and all you got to do is 1, subscribe to my channel, 2, comment down below what shirt you want. The small purple, the medium black, the white XL, if you want to match with me, and the yellow 2XL. I'll also put like flat dimensions in the description box if you're like, I don't know what size I am. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Open worldwide, I'm going to be picking random comments in 1 week, so on this date. So please, 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 please keep an eye on your YouTube notifications. I've had it happen quite a few times where I tell someone they're the winner and then they never respond to me. So if I don't hear back from the winners within 5 days after the giveaway ends, I'm going to pick someone new. That's just how the cookie be crumbling, y'all. I hope you enjoy your Kit Kat clock tee. It feels nice to be putting a bow on this video finally after working on it for weeks off and on, but I'm gonna miss ya. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe so you can be notified when I post my next one. We all know the posting has been a little unpredictable recently, which I really appreciate your patience with that. Life's just life, you know? Your girl's busy. I just got added onto a new team at work, so that's taken up a lot of my time. But if you want to hang out in the in-between moments between videos, you can also come hang on Instagram, kathleenillustrated. I'm thinking we need to do another style challenge soon. We did one over the summer and it was such a blast. I feel like getting into spring, that might be a good opportunity. So until then, hope you take care. Comment down below what t-shirt you want if you'd like to enter the giveaway, and I'll see you soon. I love ya, even though you're very stinky. And goodbye. You're still here? Huh, usually that works.